So we all know being a parent of a child who is on the spectrum is difficult, right? It's gonna challenge your patience and your sanity every day. Most days some days are gonna be harder than others, but it's not only the parents or the family that's gonna struggle. What most people don't seem to think about is the child who has the disability. Life is much harder for them. So everyday things that another kid may get like that, that child on the spectrum is going to struggle, and it's going to be harder for them to complete simple things or simple tasks that they're asked to do. So in order to succeed in life, they have to be provided the tools to succeed. So whenever 2 days or a week after Jace, my son, was diagnosed with autism, he was referred to a clinic who provided ABA therapy. And if you don't know what ABA therapy is, it's applied behavioral analysis. I did lots of research on my own. I researched with Autism Speaks. I researched with Spectrum News. I researched with Interventions Unlimited, and all of them were actually in favor of ABA. There were many stories that they provided that told amazing stories about families that their lives were forever changed. They set the kids up for success. They helped them day in, day out. The people that worked with the kids were awesome people. And the things that they were doing were amazing. They're literally referred to them as miracle workers. And for them to do that as a living, I praise them because, I mean, it is hard. It's hard at home. It's hard on me. It's hard on him. But we're getting there. So whenever he was referred, I did a lot of research. I actually reached out to his psychologist, his team of doctors that he has at the Commission for Kids. The referring doctors, obviously, I wanted to get their input, just to see if they're referring him, just to have a referral, some people just do it to do it. I wanted to know from them why. What is it about it that you think is going to help us? So if you want to make a change in your child's life, I highly recommend looking into ABA. So at this point, you're probably asking yourself, what is applied behavioral analysis and what does it do? This therapy can be adapted to fit any child or any adult, basically, because obviously being on the spectrum, it's very large. There's many different things that a child can have, or different disability that they may have. So obviously the therapy is going to have to be adjusted and do different things or different goals based on the child and where they fall out on the spectrum. So this can actually be provided in clinics, in schools, and even in homes. So before Jace was even diagnosed, I was doing it at home. I went and bought a little table and chairs, and had little things like we would do puzzles or matching games. We would do a lot of mocking. I would do little trials with him at home, and once he completed a task, I would immediately award him with a positive reinforcement. So you're probably asking, what is a positive reinforcement? Again, every kid is different, so it's going to be different based on the child. You're going to have to know and learn what it is that your child likes. So with mine, he gets overstimulated, and the ways that he gets it out or relieves himself is he likes to run all day long. He loves swinging. He loves bubbles. He loves playing in water. In the very beginning, we did use food or like little treats. I'm kind of trying to get away with it, but I don't discourage it if you have no other option, if you don't know what else to do. We were using like little chocolate chips or little Lucky Charm marshmallows. Once he would complete a task, you have to immediately reinforce them. So it teaches them, it clicks something in their brain that says, hey, I'm doing this. This is what I should be doing. I need to keep doing it. This can be done one-on-one, which I noticed that mine does a lot better one-on-one because he gets distracted so easily. But you can do one-on-one, you can do group settings. The clinic that he goes to, they have goals. So Jace has a weekly goal, daily goal, weekly goal, monthly goal, yearly goal, or just goals in general that he needs to work on in order to set him up for, success in life. And one of those things that he's struggled with has been social skills. So they kind of set it up like a kindergarten class. So he does have lunchtime in a lunchroom with other kids, and they do have circle time and they meet up, and he does have interaction. So he's not just one-on-one. I know a lot of people assume that, but he's not just one-on-one all the time with a therapist. He does have interaction with other kids, which is good because he needs it desperately. But a positive reinforcement is one of the main strategies in order to make it successful. So, like I said, it's going to be different based on the kid that you're working with, and you're going to have to learn what your kid likes and what your kid enjoys. Now you're probably wondering, what are trials? So the trials are going to be set things that you want to accomplish. So fine motor skills, mocking, self-care, communication, social skills, along with many other things. So mine was very delayed in many things. But once he's completed a task, or that child has completed a task, you'll reinforce them with, you'll word them with a positive reinforcement. So every child has those goals that they need to complete. And their goals may change as time goes on. If they have a regression, they go backwards, they'll continue working towards that, or they'll change something up. If they're hitting those goals like back to back to back, they'll bump it up, change it up or something, and make it a little more difficult for them and challenge them, which is what they need. They need that challenge. So based off of the goals that they have, or what they're gonna do with the kid, they're gonna have to learn a little about the kid's background. So does the kid have delays? Do they have difficulties listening to simple tasks, like day-to-day tasks? Do they respond to their name? Do they play with toys the correct way? Those types of things are what the therapists are going to look for and work with them on when they're one-on-one with that kid, with the child. ABA has changed the life of so many families and has changed our home life. Our day-to-day life has made it, so much easier. I mean, we're not where we need to be yet, but we're taking baby steps to get there, and we'll get there eventually. But honestly, I have no idea where we would be today if we weren't referred to this clinic. So if you know anyone who's struggling at home with a child on the spectrum, I would definitely recommend ABA therapy.